Hello, welcome there. Welcome to the second part of the lecture. Today we'll continue from point number 35. We were solving November 2011 paper, and in our previous lecture we solved till point 34. Point 35, which is all about access. Use suitable database package which is access. Import the file n10 eks.csv, comma, separated values. Assign the following data types to the fields. So here we go. Let's start. Create, and now we will start importing our files one by one. Browse. We'll go to our destination folder where the files are, and here we go. The first file that we have to import over here is n10 CSV. Here we go. Next, first row contains field names. We have to do this so that we can distinguish the field names from the records. Next, let's go to the advanced. Over here we have to make sure that make model is text. Make model is text. Then you have numeric 1 decimal places. Numeric 1 decimal places, double, leave it like double. Price should be currency, 2 decimal places. Price should be currency, 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places we will do afterwards, not over here right now. Then we have text. The next three are text, and then we have integer and boolean logical. Then we have not long integer, and boolean logical, which is yes and no. If you have date, make sure it's according to your computer settings, which means if it's DMY, make sure it's DMY, or MDY. If it's MDY, it should be MDY. Press OK. Next, we don't need a primary key. Next, and we finish. Close. Here we are. We have the table, right? Stock item should have been yes or no. So we'll click on yes or no. We'll come to table tools, and here we'll make it yes no, right? And we'll save it. Let's see. Make sure that you use these field names. You may add in the primary key. We don't have to do this. Save a screenshot showing the field names and the type used. Print a copy of this screenshot. Make sure your name, center, and number are present in this printout. So what we're supposed to do is we are supposed to go to design view, and we have to show that size is 1 decimal places and currency is 2 decimal places. So for size, we'll click here and we'll make it 1 decimal place, right? And I will press print screen. Here we go. SMS word, and I will crop it accordingly so that I can see it's visible or not. Insert your name, center, number over here. Okay, and we have to show the other one where it was 1 decimal places, and that was your currency, which was 2 decimal places. So I'll come to currency and I will make it 2 decimal places. I will again take a print screen of this again once more, and here we go. I will use the same procedure again to crop out only that part which is required, because the rest is not that important. So here we go. Right, so I have both of these. I can type my center number, candidate number in the header, name, center number, candidate number. There we go. You save it and you take a print out of this, and you're done. Let's come to the next part. Now what we have to do is we have to insert the following records. Let me insert the following records. There we go. Okay, now since I've entered the following records, which are over here, now what I will do is I will basically select these. Okay, I'll just select them like this, and it's much better that I take a screenshot of this again, a screen dump, and I will save it in my evidence document again. Now the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can tell the examiner that I have successfully entered these records into my database in the right format, although definitely they will appear in my report eventually, but still it's a good way that you show that the following records have been entered. I will name it as data entry. It's much better that you name your screenshots accordingly. For example, over here, that screen dump for currency as 2 dB, and the same thing you can repeat over here as well. So it's much more better. You can tell the examiner that you've done exactly what was required, since evidence document needs to be an evidence telling the examiner that you've done each and every point successfully. Save the data. Produce a report which contains a new field called order. Now what we have to do is we'll simply save it, and now what we have to do is we have to create a query. Here we go. We go to query design, add, and the best way is I'll add all the fields together, all of them. Now what they're saying is the next part says contains a new field called order which is called runtime. This is the runtime environment. This is the runtime of my this field will calculate price multiplied by 3. So what I have to do is I have a field which is known as price. You'll see over here, this is price. Now what they want to do is at runtime I have to create a new field which multiplies price by 3. So all I will do is I will simply type price. Okay, remember your field names always come in parentheses, the square parentheses. Remember the rule. And since I have to multiply it by 3, just use star, which is for multiplication by 3. Click here, you'll get expression 1. We don't need expression 1. What we need is order. So what I'll do is I'll name this expression 1 as order. Here we go. Run. Now I have it. I have order which multiplies the price by 3. This is what we actually wanted. Next part. Has order field set as currency with 2 decimal places? It is currency with 2 decimal places. It is working exactly the way it should be. Make sure it does. Shows only records where the number is less than 2 and the stock item is yes. Okay, the stock item should be yes. Make sure yes, it's coming only yes. You can see that. And where the number is less than 2, where the number, that's the sign for less than 2. But be sure that you're aware of less than and greater than. Here we go. We have number less than 2. Good. Next, shows all the fields and the labels in full. Make sure all of everything is visible. That's what they're trying to say. And in your report should be in landscape. It should fit on 1 page wide. That's really important. Make sure it does not go on this second page widthwise. It will be really wrong. Sorts into the ascending order of make with airbrush at the top. Okay, we can do this while making the report as well, but we can even do it here as well. But we will reconfirm this while making the report. Calculates the total value of the kites ordered, shows the total number. All these steps have to be done where? They will be done basically in your report. So I'll simply save my query with this name, the heading name. It will basically save my time. So save it. Here we go. Okay. Now I'll simply use my report wizard and I will use this. And I will transfer fields which are required. Shows only the records with the number. Shows all fields with the full. So we have to show all the fields. At times they will ask you to show only limited fields. Over here they're asking you all the fields. And no grouping. We don't have to do anything over here. And they talked about make should be ascending, if you remember. So we'll simply say make should be ascending. Next, leave it like this. We can make it landscape so that fits on a single page wide. Next, finish. Here we are. Now what I can do is, these are not visible. When you see the number signs, this means it is being compressed. So you have to work in the layout mode. You adjust everything in the layout mode. You have to spend some time with this. Adjust it in such a manner that everything is properly visible. There you go. Make sure the field names are visible and everything fits on a single page. At times some fields take too much space and we don't want that, and some fields have very less space left. We have to basically look at this. Now what the question says is, calculate the total value of kites to be ordered and shows the total value at the bottom of the order column. Order column, we want the total number to be displayed over here, right? So what we'll do is formats the total currency as, total value as currency, and has the label this for the total value. How do we do this? We simply go in the design view and we will activate our report footer, and we will use the text box. We'll use the text box and place it right beneath the order in the report footer. And since we need the total, we'll use the sum function for this, which says is equal to sum. Since functions comes in, they come in bracket, we'll use bracket. And since we need to calculate the sum of a field, fields always come in square parentheses. We just talked about it before. So we'll type ORDER, exactly the same spelling case sensitiveness of the field that you want. So here you go. I will place it accordingly over here, and this is the label that comes along with the text box, and this was supposed to say total order value. Here we go. I have it beneath it, but it has to be set as currency as well and lined a bit towards the left. So here we go. I'll do that. Right click for the currency, go to properties. Here you can see this. You'll simply say format as currency. Okay, and 2 decimal places. There you go. Now let's do it again. Right. So here you have it. Again, my alignment is not perfect. I am not happy with it, so I will basically do it a bit more over here like this. Now let's see. Perfect. This is what I wanted. So here we go. The last point was, has your name, center number and candidate number on the left footer of each page, on the left footer. So here we go. The left footer, we will put it in our page footer. We need to put this in the page footer. So what I'll do is, I'll hit delete, I don't want this, and I'll type name, center number, and candidate number. I always do that. Here we go, and here we have it. Excellent. This was the first report that was supposed to be made. Now let's